Hi guys, Harry here from the Art Gear Guide. Thank you very much for joining me today. As you can see by the title, this is the luxury Christmas list for 2019. Now, I've already done the video for the affordable list for Christmas, but I will also be doing the book list as well. So if you want to take a look at the book list, the art book list, I'll have a link to it down below in the description box. And same for the affordable list as well. If you want to have a look at the affordable list, again, a link for that will be down below for both the written and the video lists. So, as I mentioned in the affordable list, when I first started, I came out with this list and I wanted the products to be affordable for everybody so that everybody could have a look at it. But obviously this year being my third year, I know you guys a little bit more. I know that there's a wide range of people. Some people can afford things, some people can't. Some people are just able to spend a little bit more at Christmas on their loved ones, that type of thing. It's not a good thing, not a bad thing. It's just the way it is. It's what makes us all wonderful, different people. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not trying to suggest anything at all. Please don't think that. I know some people might try to read into that, but honestly, it's not that. I just think if you are able to afford something a little bit more luxurious, then you go ahead and do it. You've worked hard for it and you are entitled to do so. You're entitled to live by the way that you've been able to do things. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So I decided that I wanted to put together a luxury list, which for all intents and purposes, even if you don't want to go and buy anything, it's still a beautiful list to have a look at. Some of the items that I have on here are just gorgeous. And if you just want to have a look at some of the images that I've taken and put up on here, then that's great as well. Without further ado, this is my luxury Christmas list for 2019. Now don't forget, if you want, print out this list, put a little circle around the thing that you want, pin it up all over your house, in the bathroom, on the toilet, wherever you want, so that when your loved ones are walking through the house and they see these subtle little hints all over the place, they'll know exactly what they get you for Christmas. Most of the items on this list, I have reviewed individually, and you will be able to go across and I'll have links for the actual in-depth reviews of the products that coincide with these in the description down below. Just in case you're not aware of the product and you might want to go across and find out a little bit more about it before you go and buy any of these sets. But with the luxury sets, when I was taking a little look around and stuff like that, I had no idea that Koh-I-Noor. I know the Koh-I-Noor have this massive big set, and it's kind of like they have all their products in there, like the watercolor pencils they do, the polycolor, the woodless pencils. It's like a big chest. It looks gorgeous. But I had no idea that they did these smaller wooden box sets. But I found the Koh-I-Noor polycolor in a 36 wooden box set. It looks gorgeous. Inside the set as well, you get a couple of graphite pencils, Koh-I-Noor graphite pencils, which incidentally, I'm actually doing that review for the Koh-I-Noor graphite pencils at the minute. They're gorgeous. But this little wooden box set is just perfect. And you know, you've got your wooden box and a really good set of pencils. I'm often asked by a lot of people to recommend really good coloured pencils but at an affordable price. So an affordable set of pencils, but you're not going to lose out on too much quality. And the pencils that I always put forward in that list are the Koh-I-Noor and the Lyra polycolour pencils as well. And I always have them somewhere in that list for affordable, high quality pencils. So that's the first one on the list. The next one on the list is Faber-Castell. Now you couldn't not put something from Faber-Castell on a luxury list. The way they do their box sets is just perfect. Some of them aren't, some of them have little side drawers on them like this one does that I'm showing you now. This is the Faber-Castell Art and Graphic Collection. Now in this set, you get 36 Faber-Castell Polychromos, 36 Faber-Castell Aperture, 36 Faber-Castell Pit Pastel Blocks, and then on top of that as well, you get a few different like graphite pencils. You get a kneaded eraser, a sharpener, And I think you get a blending stump in there as well. So you get a few other little things that help alongside the polychromos and the alberture and the pastels. So this box has a group of all the Faber-Castell goodness put into one little box, and it looks gorgeous in any case whenever it's out on your desk. Next on the list is the Caran d'Ache Luminance. Now, everybody knows about the Luminance pencils in any case, but I just wanted to put this 76 set box set on here. Not that long ago, I got the Caran d'Ache Museum Aquarelle box set. It used to be that these box sets were a good £150, £150 more expensive than the tinned version of the pencils. It's no longer the case anymore. Sometimes if you're looking about, and I've provided the links for these sets, the cheapest that I can find them on Amazon. And sometimes these box sets are coming in at maybe £40 or £50 more than the tins. Some of them are even less than that. And I think when you're talking about an extra £150 just for a box, I don't think it's worth it. When you're talking about 40, 50 extra pounds for these gorgeous boxes, it is definitely something to think about. Okay, so next on the list is probably one of my favourite pastel pencils, and that is the Stabilo Carbothello pastel pencils. Again, if you're having a look at this little box set, it's gorgeous. The way it opens up, you've got these two trays, they're two tiered. Along with this, you get a pastel sharpener, you get a kneaded eraser, and you get a blending stump as well. The box, it just looks gorgeous, and sat on anybody's desk, it's just perfect. Next on the list is the Derwent Inktense 72 wooden box set. I've got a couple of Derwent's wooden box sets. They're really, really nice. They have these kind of like, the pencils are slotted into these little individual slots, and they're sturdy when they're in those little slots. But Derwent have these little mahogany bars that come down, and they're magnetically sealed. So when you put them in, they just kind of like slot into place, and it's just an added protection of the pencils as well. So when your pencils are inside these little wooden box sets from Derwent, they are safe as houses. Nothing's going to happen to them at all. They're gorgeous wood as well. They're really nice. But all in all, the Derwent Inktense pencils are some of the finest pencils about. You can use them on so many different surfaces. They're not just the type of pencil that a fine art artist would use. These pencils can be used by anybody, and you can have so much fun with them. I just think it's important. I thought it was, they had to go into the list for the luxury set. Next on there is the Caran d'Ache Supercolor Soft watercolor pencils. I love the Caran d'Ache Supercolor Soft watercolor pencils. They come in a full set of 120, which I know when you think about it, with watercolor pencils, do you need that much? Because a smaller set, because it's water soluble, you can mix your colors, you can do much more with them. But the answer to the question is, you can never have too little color in your life. So 120 set, yep. I couldn't care less if it got a 520 set. I would still want to go out and buy it just to have a look at the beautiful colors. I sound a bit weird there, but nevertheless, it is a beautiful set. Again, the Caran d'Ache box sets, they come in this kind of gorgeous mahogany wood with gold leaf print on it, letting like in this case, Supercolor Soft. They're just visually stunning boxes. As you can see here on the image, you can lift out the tiers. So there's different tiers inset into the box. So you can see here there's 3 in total. The bottom one is the box, and then the other 2 you can lift out and set at the side of you when you're doing your work. Next is the Sennelier 60 half stick pastels, and they come in this like black box. I'm not 100% sure what the wood is or anything like that, but it's just this black box. It's gorgeous. All the pastels are safely snug in this foam, but you can see by the image that it lifts up on like a 2-tier system. Really, really nice box. And of course, Sennelier pastels are some of the best pastels that you can get. Really super soft, gorgeous, gorgeous pigments in them. Sennelier do fantastic products. Next on the list, like I was saying to you earlier on about the excellent quality pencils at a really reasonable price, this set is the Lyra Polycolor 105 piece wooden box set. Now it's 105 piece because obviously you've got the Polycolor pencils in there, which is what you would expect. But also in this set you get 12 assorted graphite and charcoal pencils. You get like a sanding block, blending stumps, 2 of I think, an eraser, a craft knife just for sharpening things like, you know, the charcoal pencils, that type of thing. You get an eraser, a kneaded eraser, and some charcoal pencils. So this set again is kind of like an all-round set. So you've got your colored pencils, you've got your charcoal pencils, graphite pencils, and then you've got all the other little accessories to go and can help just to make life easier for you with your craft knife, your blending stumps, kneaded eraser, that type of thing. It's a gorgeous little set, and Lyra Polycolor pencils are amazing for the price that they come in at. Next on this on the list is the Crayons Neo Color 2 80 piece wooden box set. Now, not to be confused with the Neo Color 1, which are oil pastels. This is the Neo Color 2, which are water soluble pastels. I know these look like just ordinary kids' crayons that you would have used when you were a child. Believe me, they are a million miles away from it. Although having said that, you can have exactly the same type of fun you had when your chunky little hands were running around paper with your crayons back in school. You can have just as much fun with these Neo Color 2 crayons. They are gorgeous, highly pigmented. There is Lightfast information on them as well, and if you want to know more about the actual product, I will have a link down below to my review of the Neo Color. So by all means, go across, take a look at the review, and it'll tell you more about the actual crayons. Next on the list is the Dermot Lightfast 48 piece set. The reason why I've got that here is because as of yet, the 100 set isn't available on Amazon. I wanted to try and make sure that the prices were as generic as possible and as many people as possible could go across and just click on a link and take a look at the product if they wanted to. Dermot gave us the final piece of the jigsaw in September of 2019, this year, when they give us the final 28 pencils for the 100 set of the Dermot Lightfast. Everybody is doing backflips and handstands and cartwheels and everything for the Dermot Lightfast pencils. They are incredible pencils. It was just a shame that Dermot kind of like drip fed the pencils to us. First they came out in a 36 set, then it went up to the 72, then we had to wait a little bit longer for the 100 set to come out and things like that. It was very, very frustrating from a colour pencil artist's perspective when we are very greedy and all we want is our products now or yesterday, but not over the period of a year. So that's just our greed. But nevertheless, these are gorgeous pencils. They come in these gorgeous wooden boxes, like I said to you before about the Dermot boxes. So this is a product that you might want to have to come down to on Christmas morning. Next is I would say the workhorse of the colour pencil artist, and that is the Faber-Castell Polychromos 120 set. As you can see here, again, it's a box set. It's a 2-tier box set. When you open the box, the second tier kind of like just lifts out, and you've got 2 levels there where you can lift and choose the pencils that you need. Close the box down. And what's unique about these boxes for Faber-Castell is they have kind of like a locking system on it where you twist the little knobs and that locks the box into place. Looks like a briefcase. They're absolutely gorgeous, really, really well made, and of course, I don't really need to say anything about the Faber-Castell Polychromos except for the fact that they are just gorgeous pencils. And like I said to you a second ago, I personally think that the Faber-Castell Polychromos are the workhorse of the colour pencil artist. You will find that so many fine art colour pencil artists will have Polychromos, Luminance, Lightfast, and they could live with those 3 sets quite happily. So next on the list is the Crayons Pastel Pencil 84 wooden box set. Now, there's no way I was going to leave out pastel artists. And I thought to myself, I bought the 76 set of pastel pencils, but not in a box set. They were just in like the wooden boxes that you see sometimes the luminance pencils coming in. And I kicked myself when I bought that 76 set, because for some reason I thought that the 76 set was the full range of pastel pencils, but it's not. The full range is the 84 set. There are a few other pigments available. I don't understand why Caran d'Ache do it that way, but they do. So if you want the full 84 range, you've got to get this box set, or the other way of doing it is getting the 76 box like I have, and then buying the other pencils open stock. But like I say, you can see the beauty in having these box sets, and they're not that much more expensive than purchasing the tins or the boxes. Next on the list is the Derwent Limited Edition Pencil Collection. Now, this is a little bit like the Faber-Castell one that I showed you a while back, at the beginning of this list, sorry. This is a roundup of Derwent's, probably their finer pencils, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how Derwent kind of like came up with this combination, but it's a combination of all of their pencils, and it's beautiful. It just gives the artist, or the person who's receiving this gift the best of everything that Derwent has to offer. So in this particular set, you've got 24 Colour Soft, 24 Pro Colour, 24 ink tints, 12 of the Derwent drawing pencils, 12 of the Graphitint pencils, which are water soluble, 6 metallic, 4 graphite, 1 water soluble sketching pencil, and then I think there's a blending stump in there as well. I'm not 100% sure. Next on the list is kind of a little bit, I've left this one last because it's a little bit controversial, a little bit, I don't know, it's definitely actually the most expensive item on this list. And it's probably one that every colour pencil artist would love to have, but just can't have because of lots of various different reasons, which I have on my detailed review of these pencils. This is the Holbein 150 wooden box set. Now, if you know anything about the Holbein colour pencils, they're Japanese pencils. They're incredibly, you can buy them open stock, but they're incredibly difficult to get hold of open stock anywhere outside of Japan. So for anybody living in Europe, the UK, America, Canada, those types of places, very, very difficult to get hold of them open stock. So when you buy a big set like this 150 set, you're kind of, when you run out of pencils, unless you know somebody in Japan that's prepared to go and buy them and send them over to you, there's not much you can do. Nevertheless, to have a set like this, to be able to use these pencils, because the pencils themselves are gorgeous, and especially if you're looking at this image and you have a look at the bottom tier here, this has got all the pastel colours that they do, and the pastel colours are just gorgeous. If you look on YouTube and you see a lot of people reviewing these, I mean, like, I've got my own review up there as well, but I only reviewed the 36 set. You've got some people that have reviewed the pastel colours, and they are just colours that you cannot find in any other set. So to buy a set like this would be a bit of a gamble for you, but nevertheless, it would probably be just one of those one-off purchases. So long as you're armed with all the facts, you understand what the product is and the implications that come with having a set like this, and you're still prepared to go ahead and buy it, then that's fine. But if you are going to go ahead and buy a set like this, just please make sure that you look at the reviews that are out there so that you're fully aware of the difficulties of like replenishing pencils as they run out. Anyway, guys, that is my list of luxury items for the colour pencil artist, or the pastel pencil artist, or the watercolour pencil artist, or the neo-colour crayon artist. Whatever you want to call yourself, this list, I hope, has covered everything. Don't forget, you can print this off, start sticking it all around your house, in your bathroom, wherever you want. Subtly drop hints to your loved ones, and make sure that you've got the items that you really want circled in big, bold, red pen all the way around it, so that there's no room for error when it comes to Christmas morning and you're walking down the stairs expecting to find your 120 set of Faber-Castell Polychromos in that gorgeous box. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Don't forget, I have the written version of this list over on the Art Gear Guide with lots of links and prices. And for links to the individual products that are on this list and the reviews for them, they will also be in the description box down below and over on the written list on the Art Gear Guide. Thank you very much guys. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye.